What if I told you that everything you know, every planet, every star, every law of physics, began not with time stretching into the past, but with time itself starting at a single instant? The Big Bang wasn't just the birth of matter and energy. It may have been the birth of time. But here's the paradox. If time began with the Big Bang, then what does it even mean to ask? What came before it? And yet, that's exactly the question that keeps scientists, philosophers, and dreamers awake at night. Because if we can answer it, we might uncover not just where the universe came from, but why there's something instead of nothing. Let's rewind thousands of years, long before telescopes or quantum equations. The ancient Egyptians believed the universe rose from a watery chaos, an endless ocean of nothingness. In Hindu philosophy, existence comes in cycles, vast stretches of time where universes expand, collapse, and are reborn. The Greeks spoke of chaos, not disorder, but a primal void, out of which order slowly emerged. Even medieval thinkers wrestled with it. If God created the world, then what was he doing before creation? St. Augustine's witty answer? Time itself was made with the world. There was no before. It's fascinating, isn't it? Long before modern science, people sensed that the problem wasn't just material. It was temporal. Fast forward to the 20th century. Einstein gave us relativity. Time is woven into space, like threads in a cosmic fabric. That meant if the universe had a beginning, time had to begin with it. But Einstein's equations also whispered something unsettling. Roll the universe backwards, and eventually you hit a wall, a point of infinite density, infinite heat, infinite curvature, a singularity, a place where not just our universe ends, but our understanding. So what does modern science actually say about before the Big Bang? First, the standard picture. About 13.8 billion years ago, the universe erupted from a singularity, rapidly expanded, cooled, and gave rise to galaxies, stars, planets, us. But if you try to press rewind all the way to the singularity, the math breaks. Physics simply refuses to tell us what happened at t equals 0. This is where theories start to diverge, each one stranger than the last. Maybe the Big Bang wasn't the first. Maybe the universe expands, then collapses in a big crunch, then bounces back into another Big Bang. An eternal heartbeat of creation and destruction. The Hindu philosophers might nod in agreement. Some physicists suggest the universe popped into existence, the way particles in quantum mechanics sometimes do. From nothing. Not nothing in the everyday sense, but a quantum vacuum, a seething froth of probabilities. If that sounds unsatisfying, you're not alone. Philosophers argue, is a quantum vacuum really nothing? Or is it actually something with laws, energy, structure? Our universe might be just one bubble in an infinite froth of universes, each with its own Big Bang. Before ours, countless others. Beyond ours, perhaps infinite more. Here's the wildest one. Maybe time didn't begin with the Big Bang. Maybe it simply changed character. Like water, freezing into ice, perhaps the Big Bang was just a phase transition. Before it, time existed, but in a form we can't comprehend. Think of it this way. Fish might believe the ocean is eternal, unchanging. But to a bird, water is just one phase of matter. What if our Big Bang was like that? Just one state change in a deeper cosmic reality? Each theory leaves us dizzy, because the deeper we go, the more the line between physics and philosophy blurs. And that's where the real tension lies. When we ask, what existed before the Big Bang? Are we really asking a scientific question? Or a philosophical one? Science deals in measurable events. But if time itself began with the Big Bang, then before is like asking, what's north of the North Pole? It's a question that dissolves as soon as you understand it, yet our minds can't help but push against the boundary. We're uncomfortable with nothing. The human brain evolved in a world of causes and effects. A tree falls because wind blew it down. A river flows because of gravity. So when faced with the ultimate origin, our instinct is to ask, what caused it? What came first? This is where philosophy and physics shake hands, and sometimes clash. Some philosophers argue that the universe must have a cause outside itself, something unconditioned. Others claim that asking for a cause of the universe is like asking for a cause of mathematics. It simply is. And then there's the more unsettling possibility. Maybe the question is unanswerable, not because we lack data, but because our brains are simply not wired to grasp it. Just as a goldfish cannot imagine Wi-Fi, maybe humans cannot imagine the true before. But here's the twist. Isn't it wonderful that we can even recognize that boundary? That we can stand at the edge of knowledge and say, this is as far as we can see, for now. So let's indulge in one last thought experiment. What if the Big Bang wasn't the beginning, but just the latest chapter? Imagine a universe that has been reborn countless times, each cycle erasing its predecessor like footprints on a beach. Would that make our existence trivial or eternal? Or picture a multiverse, trillions of universes, each with its own laws of physics. In most of them, life never arises. In this one, somehow, it did. Does that make us insignificant or infinitely rare and precious? And then the most unsettling what-if of all. What if there was truly nothing before? No space, no time, no laws. Just absolute nothingness. And from that void, somehow, this, me speaking to you, you listening now, emerged. If that's the case, then existence itself is the ultimate miracle. So maybe the real question isn't what existed before the Big Bang. Maybe the real question is, why is there something rather than nothing? And if the answer is forever beyond our grasp, maybe that's okay, because the mystery itself is what makes life, and the universe, so endlessly fascinating. This is Xtenly. Stay curious.